Hello everyone, welcome to my channel Flying Girl. I am Anu in front of you all to discuss about a very interesting topic today. That is myth and misconceptions of cabin crew. Basically, the job of a cabin crew. The life of a flight attendant or a cabin crew. So, this job is often seen as a glamorous one, I guess, because of the way the flight attendants carry themselves, they dress themselves, and the way they travel to exotic destinations. But different to that, what people imagine the life of a flight attendant, there is much more to know because it is not just about having fun in all the countries or every country, and it is not just about having adventure and shopping. There is much more to know, and there is much more which people have to get aware about. Okay, so starting with my topic today, I'll just try to cover all the myth and misconception people have regarding the job of a cabin crew. So first point which I wanted to start with is people think that all the flight attendant they are all young single ladies. People think that to apply for a cabin crew you need to look like a model. So let me clear this misconception and myth. This is not a reality. For this, I would like to give an example. So, the present crew who is working with one of the American airline, she is 83 years old. And she's still serving for that airline. She's not a young lady, and still she's flying just because she's fit and she herself thinks that she can fly. So there is no more restriction about being unmarried. You can apply even if you're married and you have children. And we are not in 1960s anymore, because in 1960 there used to be a restriction that the person has to be unmarried and the person cannot fly after the age of 32. He or she has to get retired. So it doesn't exist anymore. Now you can apply and fly till the time you think that you are fit to fly. Okay, so one more misconception people have regarding the job of a cabin crew or a flight attendant is that people think that flight attendants get a lot of vacations. So this is a false statement again. This is not a fact at all. Flight attendants, they are flying on their birthdays, they are flying on festivals, they are flying even if they have marriages of their closed ones. So they hardly get off, and even if they get off on some festivals or some special days, that is a kind of luck or destiny, I would say. Otherwise we don't get a lot of vacations at all. Even if you want to plan your vacation, you have to apply for leaves months back. So one more misconception myth which people have is that only female can apply for flight attendant or cabin crew, and men hardly have career options in airlines basically for a flight attendant. I think this is a false statement and a myth, of course, because nowadays both have the equal opportunities in aviation, and so many popular airlines like Vistara, Air India, Go Air, Air Asia, they all are hiring men as well. There is only one domestic airline which is Indigo. They just take females. They have their own reasons about this thing, but other airlines, they are hiring men also. It is just that they need to go through the cabin crew requirements on the official website, and they can apply for it. So there is nothing like that men cannot apply for this job. Men have equal opportunity. Okay, so moving forward, one more myth that people think that flight attendants, they are glorified waitress. They don't do anything, they are there to serve. Let me clear this misunderstanding from everybody's mind that this is not a reality. We are there on board for so many other reasons than to serve you on board. Customer service, of course, is a secondary thing. This is something which we are doing, which doesn't matter much. But yes, we are there for safety procedures. We are there to make sure that everybody is reaching their destination safely. We are there to ensure that every individual is safe. When we talk about safety, it covers everything, be it fire on board, be it evacuation within few seconds, be it any medical emergency. We are trained first aiders. We can survive a person who is suffering from heart attack as well. So many things which waitress knows uh, cannot be compared to a flight attendant. One more misconception which people have is that cabin crew or flight attendants, they party all the time. Okay, you really think after such a long pattern, after such long shifts, and then including all the demanding passengers, unruly passengers, and then delays, uh, you think that flight attendants must be having any time to party around? They must be having it, but the last thing when they land and end up into a hotel, the thing which comes to their mind is a peaceful sleep. Of course, after having the meals and all, they would prefer sleeping than to go out and chill and party around. Even if they want to drink, they will prefer having a wine and watch Netflix and then sleep. So that they can prepare themselves for the next flight. So one more myth which people have is that flight attendants, they earn a lot, only working once or twice a week. Let me clear this misunderstanding. There are times when flight attendants, they are flying 6 days a week, and after the 6 days working, they have the off on seventh day. So we cannot say that they are just working once or twice a week. And sometimes flight attendants, they have so much hectic schedule that they hardly get time for themselves. They just go back to their place, rest, having food and all, and they come back again the next day for their duties. This is the real schedule of a flight attendant than to work for once or twice. One more misconception. People think that flight attendants, they tend to fly with the same set of crew all the time. Okay, so this is a myth, of course. We hardly fly with the same set of crew. There are times when we don't see each other for months or years as well. So there is nothing like you work with the same set of crew or same people. One more myth people have is that flight attendants, just because they are flight attendants, they need to learn a lot of languages. So let me be very clear, just because we are flight attendant, that doesn't mean that we need to speak and learn a lot many languages. Even when you apply for interviews, they ask for two basic languages, that is English and Hindi. Yes, if you know other language, that is a plus point, but there is no hard and fast rule that you need to learn it. Okay, so people have a misconception that flight attendants, they can go anywhere, anytime, and they get benefited from a lot of countries. Let me be very clear on this point. There is no benefit which the flight attendants get from all the countries. Even if they are flying out of India or any of the country they are based out of, they are not getting any benefit. So you fly for the work purpose. Even if you're going out of your country, you go on general declaration. There is no such visa for the flight attendants. So they go on general declaration, which states that you have to get back within the fixed period of time you are assigned the duty. Okay, so last but not the least, one misconception which people have, they think that the flight attendants, they are responsible to keep their bags in the overhead bin. Let me clear this thought from your mind that flight attendants, they are not responsible to do that. I have seen people saying that that crew was rude just because that crew did not help them out to put the bag in the overhead, and I do not like that statement at all. She is responsible for so many other things which I discussed earlier. This is something which is a common sense. If you think that the bag is too big, that you cannot handle the bag alone on board, and you cannot put the bag up alone in the overhead bin, you can always get it checked in. Even we as a cabin crew, if we see that the person, especially the ladies and old age passenger, they are struggling keeping their bags in the overhead bin, out of courtesy we go and give them a hand, just because we think that they really require our assistance. But sometimes fit passenger, they expect the flight attendants to keep the bags in the overhead bin. which is of course not fair at all. We were very frank, this is just a myth. Flight attendants, they don't get paid off to keep their bags in the overhead bin, and just because you did not get your bag checked in, you blame the cabin crew for not helping you out. Okay, ending my video here. I hope I have cleared a lot many misconceptions and myths which common people usually have, and I am so sorry if I have hurted unintentionally to anybody. And you can always mention in the comments below if you like the video or you want me to improve on something or other, and if I could make some other video which you really want me to. Bye bye. See you all again with some other video someday. Till then, take care. Bye bye. Be home, be safe. See you all. Bye bye.